How you doing, buddy?
Fine. I'm just fine. And you?
Good, very good. I
Okay.
figured out Zoom.
Fine. Hey, man. Well, thank you for joining us in this interview for Rockaxis magazine in Chile.
Cool.
You know about Chile, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I enjoy visiting for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hear there's some crazy stuff that goes on there, but I think it's great that the people there are fantastic, and we have very good shows there when we get to play there, I would love to go.
Just, we are going to touch on that later on, but we are interested about Stöner record. So
Cool.
so how did you start that band, that awesome band?
Well, Brant called me up on the phone and was like, "Hey, I want to do a band, and because COVID, we live in the same area, and our other bands are kind of scattered members all over the place. Like it's not as easy to get together and play music together. So it was kind of something that was convenient and also comfortable." Because we know each other and we're old friends, and he was the first person I ever played music with in my life. So with another instrument in the room, so it was very comfortable for me to play with Brant, So when he asked me to do it, it was a no-brainer. I was like, yeah, of course, man. Where do I go? Where do you want to do it at? My place or your house or wherever, So we just went over to the studio and started jamming with Ryan Good on drums, and it was great. We just kind of like hit it off right away, and we had a week to get stuff together, and we did it, and did the live stream with the live record and stuff. So
Yeah.
and it didn't matter for like 7 days we did that. Like, all right, we gotta write the songs, we gotta do the thing, and we just did it. We were focused and went in and did it. It was great.
That's cool. Well, you knew that the word stoner would be instantly associated with you in every band that features Nick Oliveri and Brand Bjork. So how did you take the decision to use that moniker as a name?
Well, we were going to use a strain of marijuana called blonde Lebanese, which is like a certain strain of hashish, I think it is. and I kind of said, well, what about Stöner? And Ryan Goot, the drummer, was like, yes, we got to use that name. And Brant took a few minutes and went, yeah, I think that's a good thing. Let's talk. We talked about it, and we kind of just decided, like, well, it's stoner rock, and it seems like it's a perfect name for a stoner rock band. Stöner, kind of lets you know where we're coming from right away without any confusion. We're coming from. I think anything with Brant Bjork involved is going to be stoner rock, because to me, I believe Brant he could hold the stoner rock flag. He could be the guy at the top of the mountain for me. I mean, at least he is stoner rock. He really writes the stoner riffs that are from for years now. So
I talked to Brant when he was going to visit Chile, but then the riots were starting just the weekend that he will be playing here in Chile. So he was marching with the people here in Chile. It was very, very cool. The concert was suspended, but anyway, he was so kind, and I guess he was rehearsing here, and then he traveled to Argentina to keep on with the shows. But
I found this
very cool.
found this today, and I believe it's from I want to say it's from Chile. Maybe not. I don't know. Is this Chile?
No, I think it's not.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry. I played down there around the same time with the Me Bar.
Yes, in
That was
Mibar.
great fun. That was great fun. It was good show. It was great.
Yeah, It was. I was there. I was writing the review. So it was fucking amazing. The me bar was so crowded.
It was pretty fun.
And the energy, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it was good fun.
And that was pretty close to the riots.
Maybe towards the
yeah
end of the, but I know, Diego, right? He was taking care of us.
Yeah.
But he I think he got shot a couple times, and he was having a hard time getting around at the time, and we realized, like, wow, this is serious, what's going on. We heard some things like, oh, well, there's riots all the time in LA, no big deal, but we got down there and it was like something more to it. And I remember we brought a guy up from the crowd to speak on the mic a couple times.
Yes.
Very, very passionate about what was going on, and so we realized at that moment, like, it's this serious, and but we were more towards the end. We weren't there at the beginning when Brant was there. That's great. He went down there and was part of it anyway, and didn't just leave. That's great.
Was it a kind of a tension in the moment you were at the beginning of the show, or after the show? Was it a tense atmosphere in the air?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when we were going back to where we're staying. We saw these trucks, these big vans, that had like armor on the front, and people were protesting, and the police were being really not being giving people no rights, basically, and they were just shutting people down, and my friend tells me that they were shooting into the crowd with firearms is unheard of. It's just not cool. It's beyond not cool. It's no, hitting innocent people for no reason, for standing up for what they believe in. It's just like, wow, man, it's I don't know what to say to that, what to say to that, it's like, I don't get along with police so much, but that, that's about anybody else too, I don't think I speak for the masses on that one. We don't get along with the cops.
No, I guess no. Well,
I don't think that's the main thing, is they don't allow us to do what we like to do. So that's the main thing that starts the fight there.
That kind of this tension. So going back to the Stöner record, I listened to the record this morning, and I just noted that this record is kind of a celebration of a style that seems to be alive more than ever. It's a good combination of what Brant and you have shown, but with a new vibe. How do you feel about the final record and the product? Do you feel that the record embodies what was in your head before recording it?
Yes, I kind of feel like we were getting ready to do the live stream and the live record, and we did that record the day before. So we were like 6 days into playing with each other in these songs, and they were so fresh and new. So it kind of captured the vibe at the time, which was like, these songs are totally new, and we're going for it, and we're playing live in the room with each other and looking at each other and trying to give a signal like, we're going to a change, and we're kind of just like, okay, this is where the change goes. Or vice versa, we're like looking at each other like, this is change here, and it was key because the songs are so new. I kind of feel like we play the songs not necessarily, we play them better now because we know them, we're not thinking about them, we're just playing them. So that in mind, it could have been more realized, but there's some urgency and coolness about record to me how it sounds because it is a little bit different now when we play it live. It's more comfortable but yeah, we're planning on attacking with another record, starting to record at the end of July is what we're talking about. So we're hoping to get started on the new one, to have another full length to come while we're on tour, to drop another one in there and keep on going. Hopefully is the plan, which is what we would like to do, and we all have our other bands, but I think we're kind of focusing on Stöner right now because, I think, I like playing with Bran a lot, and I like playing with Good as well. And, it's a good vibe and a good thing for me to, a good change of pace from some of the faster stuff I play and stuff like that, so it lets me, spread my wings a little bit and slow down for a minute, and rock out and groove a little bit. And, so yeah, I'm looking forward to the new stuff that I've been working on. And I know Brant's always got some great songs. He's just got songs up his sleeve, he just drops them everywhere. He's got songs, And so I think, with that in mind, the stuff that we have been touching on already, the stuff that we have been jamming on is going to be a pretty awesome record. So we have a couple months to really focus in on it instead of like 7 days, like we got to get this stuff together and then record it, So I think with the 2-month period to do pre-production before we go in the studio, I think we're going to have a nice, much more comfortable sounding record, for us. I think that the new Stöner's Roll is a cool starting out record though, to get us out there and like, hey, we're doing this thing, and against all the COVID odds and everything, we're gonna make a record and get out there and hopefully play for everybody and tour and stuff. Hopefully.
The record is so good that I had the fear that, okay, this is so good, but knowing the guys as they are, maybe it's just one record and they are going to stop and
I know.
So if you are telling me that there's more Stöner going on, it is just a fantastic news.
Absolutely, yeah. We're our plan is the end of July to record another record, to maybe not be released this year, but following year, boom, put it out while we're still out on tour and keep on going, so we can kind of like keep it rolling, because that's what we really would love to do is keep playing for people. And I think this band's really great, and we have a lot of cool songs up our sleeves to I think people need to hear and we need to play for them. I hope it.
And well, I don't know if you can tell me more about the live at on the Mojave Desert. Is that how it is pronounced?
Mojave Desert, yeah.
Mojave, yeah. It's kind of a Pink Floydian live at Pompeii thing.
Yeah. It was cool because, we went out there and we spent the day. It was like playing a desert party. They had more production and stuff like that, more lights and stuff like that, and better sound and no crowd, which is a weird thing. There's nobody there to like, clap or boo or anything. It's like we were just playing. But it was good fun, and it was the first thing any of us got to do since the COVID took over the planet and kind of thing. And so we were really excited to go out and play and to hang out with each other and have a good time, So it was great fun. And I don't have one of the records yet. I'm still waiting on it to show up here. Gabrielle sending one to me. It's coming to me. So I can't wait to hold it in my hand. That's my payoff is I get held a physical copy, man. Like, I got it. Cool. We did this. So I can't wait to get one of those. And so I'll be excited about that. But yeah, I think it was a lot of fun, just to, Goot's a special kind of drummer. Brant says, he's a good drummer. I hadn't played with him yet. He's like, he's really good. He swings, he's got some cool swing to him in his drumming. And I kind of knew what he meant, but I really knew what he meant after I played it. Really good, he really grooves and different style of drummer from my everyday drummers that I play with. I've been fortunate enough to play with lots of good drummers, in my life. So Goot's a great drummer, and so I get to keep that rolling, and luckily, and Yeah, it's the style and everything. He's funny at the Mojave thing, you know, like his snare bottom broke on a snare at the Mojave desert stream, and he takes things kind of hard, you know. He's funny like that. I was like, whoa, dude, it's cool. Man, my snare drum, it broke. He was like tripping out about it. And I was like, dude, it's all. So we were kind of messing him for the rest of the day, but he has fun and he's a cool kid. He's really cool. And yeah, but he wants it to be perfect. You know, he wants it to sound really good and he wants it to be good like we all do. And but we're still like the whole idea of this of the band Brant called me originally was let's have a good time like we did when we were kids and then the business side. Let's leave the business side to in the back for now, and let's have fun and play songs like we did when we were kids. Like let's write some stuff that's that feels good, and we want to play, and whatever comes out, and that's how we used to jam when we were kids, and so that's what we kind of approached it like that, you know. Like let's have some fun, you know. Let's have a good time for a change instead of being bitter or some band broke up or somebody took the band or something like band name, something stupid like that. Something that I don't play music for, you know. I play music for other reasons, and that's the whole idea of this band is that is the band that's not attached to too much of the hustle and bustle of somebody, you know, burning you, whatever people do, you know. It happens.
Yeah. And well, I feel that maybe having the support of a record label like Heavy Psych Sounds, which I guess understand the business for musicians like you and the other Nebula and otherless. I guess it is less pressure than another business company, maybe.
Yes and no. I mean, I think Gabriele's been fair at all terms with us, and his label's been really good to me and to Brant on our solo things as well. And so I think it was kind of a no-brainer to put it out with him, you know, with Heavy Psych. And I think it's like I said, he's been really good to us individually as well. And he's a good guy. I mean, you know, I can't, you know, everybody's got something to say about somebody, but I don't have anything bad to say about him, and otherwise I wouldn't work with him. You know, he's been good to us, and like I said, it was a no-brainer. We were just like, let's put out with Heavy Psych. You know, they seem to be, he seems to be getting all the right bands in place for if you want to be a Stöner label, you know, to get certain artists in place on his label. He seems to be doing a good job of doing that, which makes it an even more stronger of an entity, you know. And so, you know, yeah, he's been whatever we've agreed to on anything else we have worked on, he's always done. So that's all I could ask for anybody. You can't ask for more. Like, hey, but I want this now. You know, he's whatever I asked for, he has always delivered. So that's and I've always in return done the same thing. So that's a good working relationship with the label, I think. And you know, yeah, sure, there's big labels that may want to do something or whatever, or wanted to, and we kind of made a choice to go with Heavy Psych for this, and you know, deliver another record soon and do it and keep on going, you know. That's the main focus, is to just keep on going and having a good time. As long as we're having fun, we're going to keep doing it, you know.
That's great. Well, let me tell you that Thrive and Flagger, the final song, is a most Kyuss thing I've ever heard you guys in a long time. So do you have any reflection about the Kyuss legacy at this point?
Well, the funny, going back to that song real fast, the funny thing about that song is I think it's 5 parts, and they never go back to each other.
Yes.
The next thing, like different chapter turns, another chapter. We're not talking about doing for the live show, maybe having a couple of different we were thinking about doing some songs from our solo stuff, but then we were like, no, let's not do that. Let's keep that to our solo things like Mondo and Brant Bjork stuff, and maybe do like a couple different Kyuss songs, and not always the same one or same 2 or 3 every night, like with our songs, like whatever we're feeling at the time, or if somebody yells out like play Gardenia, we could play it, but not something that we have to do, something that we want to do, and people want to hear us do it, we'll do it. And but yeah, I'm very proud of being coming from Kyuss, and I know Brant is too. We can't use that name, and that's fine. We're not Kyuss, we're Stöner. So it's a different thing, and it is what it is. The powers that be won't let that. I think the fans should own the band at this point, or the band name, because they took it to a level that the band, when it was a band as a solid band, took it to about right here, and then fans trading MP3s and CDs and records took it up to here, so it's basically the fans' band, and now, and if they want the band to play, I think the band should play in some form. I don't know if I'd be in it or not, but I would say yes if I was asked, and because I love Kyuss, and I love the songs, and I love the fans a lot too. So great fans, and Kyuss world people, everybody's been great. But yeah, the Kyuss legacy is important to me, and when we did the Kyuss Lives thing, we really paid a lot of attention to how the songs were originally, and tried to recreate that. And if we did a jam in there, we did very organic, very, very like Kyuss would do, back in the day. So we kept everything true with a lot of respect to how the records are and how the songs were recorded, because they were recorded that way for a reason. And we kind of we held that very like a little baby bird or something. Don't touch it. We got to do it right. Don't hurt the baby, So we really took good care of. And Bruno was a fantastic guitar player, and the guy's a monster on guitar. He really looked to Josh when he was younger, because he really could play that very without stress. I'd be like sweating bullets, going, oh my God, I got to play this part now. Oh my God, Scott Reeder parts. I'm freaking out, and he's just like just ripping these leads. Bruno, yeah. So the Kyuss thing, I hold it very dear to my heart, and as I should,
That's great. That's an amazing answer, because I don't want to talk much about the past, because your present is very bright. So I guess that there's no point to going back a lot to the past. So. But it's good to see that it's good. It's lovely to see that you keep your legacy, whatever, with Kyuss or with Queens, that you have respect for it, and that's pretty amazing. So, well, let's talk about a little bit of Mondo Generator now. You released 2 records last year, and they were well received. What do you think about that?
I think the record "Fuck It" was the best record the band's made, and since maybe probably it's my favorite one. I mean, I always everybody always likes their first record. Cocaine Rodeo was a great record for me to be a part of and start out the band with. But I think the new record was us. I've had my guitar player in the band for 8 years before I listened to one of his songs. Like, I don't know why. I just always felt like, oh, Mondo, I have to write everything. I have to be the guy who writes all the stuff. And finally I listened to some of his songs. I was like, whoa, these are really good. He had sent them to me in email a long time ago. I put them on in a folder somewhere on my computer. I was looking through it one day, and I was listening. It's like, I immediately wrote some lyrics and sang on a track and sent it to him. And he was like, what? You finally listened to one of my songs? So, and we started writing a record right then. And he said, come down to my place. So I went down to Palm Desert. We started writing, and it was great. We just kind of started bouncing ideas off each other. And we basically wrote that record together, me and the guitar player. And we recruited Mike Amster from Nebula. I played a show with Brant Bjork and Nebula playing acoustic in between them, and I saw this kid playing. I was like, dude, I need your phone number because you're rad. I gotta jam with you sometime. And so we kind of made it happen like that. And he wasn't interested in playing Millionaire or some Gold Queen song or a Kyuss song. He was, but he was like more interested. Let's do some new stuff. And I was like, yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy. He wants to do something new and fresh. So we immediately like put these songs together that we had with him, and we went in the studio and recorded them, and with Steve Hanford, which is an old friend of mine, and rest in peace. He passed away about a year ago in May, and he produced the record, and he was a cool guy and a good friend, and he really helped us with the record, like find he had some producer tricks that I'd worked with a lot of different people, but he had some cool ones that was like, whoa, that's cool. He had some cool guitars things, and he's a drummer, so he had some cool things with the drums too, and everything really turned out really great, and I think it's the best one yet. And Shooter's Bible was basically there was the original version of which I ended up calling Hell Comes to Your Heart, the original recordings, which got kind of pushed to the side when I started doing Kyuss Lives. And so I never had finished them. I just had the drum tracks, and some of them were just kind of like bad mixes of drum tracks and stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to finish this record. So I did all the guitar, I did all the bass, I did all the vocals. It was something to do, and it was fun for me. And to do like guitar solos is a fun thing for me to do because I'm a bass player. So it's like, it's challenging as hell, you know, like, so I'm like, dude, I get to do solos, and I was really excited about it. So I kind of just did that because it was fun, and I like the songs a lot, and I like the versions, just different sounding with me playing all the stuff on it. Something to do, you know, it was cool. But fuck, it was the record. I think for that, out of the two releases that I really think it's like a band effort, and Mondo Generator as a band, you know. So I really like that one the best out of all the records we put out, because it is more of a band instead of just me with bringing some people in for this song or that song. It's like, it's us. We're doing the thing. It's the three of us, you know, and it's good, you know.
So well, I guess that while the schedules allows it, then you have kind of set bands, you know. Kind of a Mondo Generator has its own setting. Stöner now has its own setting. So, okay, so whenever you want to shift and say, okay, Mondo Generator is going, I don't know, to tour or to record, you just have your setting established.
I'm gonna still do it because I always get my schedule for Stöner. I'll have my whole thing for the year, you know. Coming up, and I'll fill in the blanks because I don't have kids and stuff like that. Like, I think Brant, well, I know Brant has kids, and most people I play with they're older. I'm older now, you know. Have kids. I just chose not to have them when I was younger, and so I haven't. Not saying I haven't tried. So I decided not to have kids some time ago. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't have them if that happened, you know. She's pregnant. Oh shit, we're having a kid. But I'm saying I chose not to because I wanted to tour a lot, you know, and I didn't feel it was right to be gone from kids so much, you know. So I chose not to have kids and have touring and music be my kid, so to speak, you know. But so I'll fill in. I'll look at the whole year's like tour. Like, okay, I got February and March, but I got April and May off, and then I start back up with Stöner again. And these months, and I'll fill in. You know, my booking agent. I'll give them all the dates. Say, fill in these blanks, and I'll already be over in Europe, so I can stay over there. We can just fly my other guys over for those dates, and I'll just stay there, and we'll keep touring, and I'll do acoustic stuff. I'll stay out for 10 months a year, you know, and be happy. You know, I like to tour a lot and travel and see friends that I met along the way, and get to see a lot of friends and a lot of people that I've met over the years, and I miss those people very dearly, you know, because I haven't been able to see them for some 14, 15 months now or something.
and if you talk about going a lot on tour, how did you do with this pandemic thing and being locked down and all this?
Well, it's been hard because, you know, I'm not used to being in one place for so long. You know, I'm used to moving, and so I have a I have a rehearsal lockout kind of place. I'm in Los Angeles. I live in Joshua Tree, and it's about 2.5 hours away. But I kind of drive there a lot, on every other day sometimes, just to feel like I have somewhere I have to be. It's music oriented, whether I do or not, and I'll go there and I'll play some drums or some guitars, and then I'll come back home and it's a 6 hour round trip in traffic, but I don't do it on the same day. I'll stay the night and I'll come back. And so I kind of just been trying to travel and do things like that a lot to keep myself focused and doing stuff. I'm used to moving, I'm used to going somewhere. I have somewhere I have to be. We have to go, and I like that kind of schedule. It's good for me to have that in my life. So I really miss it, but and just playing music all the time live is key. I mean, we're playing a lot here at home and playing a lot with my friends live, like in a band room, but it's not the same, getting a crowd and meeting people. And I like to meet people, and I hang out in the crowd. I'll be at the bar having a beer. I talk to people. I like meeting people. It's fun. And so with that in mind, I'm not so much a social guy on the internet so much. I don't know how to do that as much. I'm I probably put my foot in my mouth too much online. So I try not to go on there as much anymore, but I like to meet people in person, and going out and meeting people like that at rock shows and playing rock shows and meeting people. It's fun for me.
So finally, Nick, it has been a very, very nice talk. So thank you for that. And well, having this present that you have, very active and going out with music on tour and all things like that, do you feel that it's a good moment for you, kind of a more mature moment?
It's when I'm able to tour all the time and stay busy, I feel like I'm very lucky to have to be able to do that, and that's why I have so much respect for a band like Kyuss, because that got me my start. And without that, I wouldn't be able to do that. I don't think I'd be able to go out and do anything had I not played in Kyuss. So I that's why I have so much respect for that. But I'm very thankful and grateful that because it's the best job in the world to me to be able to go out and play on whether it's acoustic or with the Dwarves or with Mondo or Stöner or whatever band I'm playing in. I'm always very happy to be doing it, and very blessed to be able to do such a thing, because it's getting harder and harder to do that for maybe newer bands, And I was very lucky to be part of for the record industry kind of caved in, we got to be there at the last end of it. So we kind of got lucky and made a name for ourselves. And so with that, I feel lucky to be able to go out and play for people in places like Santiago or something like that. Like, wow, I'm in Santiago, Chile today. Wow, that's an amazing thing. It really is great. And if you have time to go see some things, like you don't always have time to do that on tour. But if you do, wow, it's so great, to see the landscape and to move around and walk. I like to walk, I'll walk around late night. I'll be in my hotel. I can't sleep. I'll go walking around wherever I'm at, So I really like to see places and find my way around, I love it. It's the best job in the world to have, and I miss it very dearly. And I hope I can do it again. If it all goes back to normal, hopefully soon, I will get back to normal with touring, I hope. And people will come out and see it, I hope,
Yeah, we're very, we want that so much. So, so thank you, Nick, for this time. It was a great talk, and hope to see you soon with Stöner or Mondo or Dwarves, whatever you want. Or Soda Acoustic, it's good too. So thank you very much.
Thank you. You give a good interview. Thank you, man.